Welcome to the Scientific Investor channel. Today, the digital asset market is looking overall in green. So that is again a good news. So when the price is in green, it creates a positive psychology. Now, this is XRP USD in a 2-hour chart. We'll actually discuss about the patterns forming here. See, we were actually traveling within this new uptrend in which the price is kind of flirting around with this resistance level. Now, when I say resistance level, it's like previous resistance support area. Like here was a resistance area, after which it turned as a support. But now it is a resistance area and we are flirting with that. So once, the price starts to move to the upside, instead of being shy at that level, it will turn positive. Now guys, along with these in the technical analysis, we have others too, like XRP USD in daily chart. We will actually discuss through them the levels which we have to look at, and then we'll actually move into Bitcoin USD chart. Then we'll actually look at the patterns forming in the chart and the potential for Bitcoin to move, say, from 10,000 to 11,000 and how it will play out, the probability about that. Then we'll look at the XRPBTC chart and we'll talk about what pattern is emerging and what we can expect, like the ROI on the investment if you are in XRPBTC. Then we have some news to go through. Like I actually came across this article and I was really surprised because he was actually talking about the upside of XRP reaching around $14. So if you guys are actually watching the content which I'm letting it out, previously like last 2 days we were actually discussing about the target somewhere near, right, $14 and above. So it's not only me, there are another analysts who are actually predicting that. Then we have other articles which actually states the same, like this is the one which is highlighted here. Then we'll actually go through different perspectives from different individuals, in which some of them are kind of bearish. They put like XRP is gonna go down, it's gonna have a downtrend. Now we will actually compare this, say what trend is forming here, and is this valid, or should we talk more in detail about it? Yes, we should and we will. Now then we have other showing, again this is just FUD guys. We actually know that it's not that down. If you even look at the percentage of rise in XRP, it's around 50% this month, so that's not bad. Yeah, considering other alts, it is a bit down, but I'll never say all coins are severely lagging behind Bitcoin, because there are altcoins which is being pumped so much. So guys, we'll actually go through the positive and negative news. We'll discuss through them, check out the changes in fundamentals happening, the banks starting to apply for a custodial license, and they are talking about the change happening so quickly, right? And then we have other news from the BitSo, which is targeting US Mexico previously, but now they are going to concentrate on Argentina as well. So guys, if you guys like the content I provide on a regular basis, please do support the channel, hit the subscribe button, and by the end of the video, if you like the video, do obliterate the like button. This one is the first article which we will go through. Like it is from Crypto Gazette. It is showing XRP's rally signals massive upside potential for Stellar 2. Now yes, if you actually look at the charts of XRP and XLM, you can understand, like whenever they are in downtrend, they kind of go towards, whenever they are in uptrend, they kind of, it's like they are correlated more than other assets. Say even if Bitcoin and others are going up, some of the times XRP doesn't actually move, but at the same time you can recognize that correlation between XRP and XLM is valid. So if XRP is to move to the upside, say you are targeting $14 as a target, then yes, of course, there will be similar movement in XLM as well. Now, depending upon the ROI, the return on investment based on percentages, it may not be that similar. There may be difference, but the correlation of the movement, say the dynamic trend in that movement, will be similar. Now, yeah, we actually this article is just to show that like we had a target here, say upside target for next 2 to 3 years. It can reach 14 and above. So yeah, it's actually not only my opinion but also others. Now this is showing like XRP actually did something amazing after a 2-year downtrend, and now potentially it can actually reach higher. So from this guy, he's actually Crypto Michael, he's putting out like holding about this area is like we will show continuation in strength, reach 0.47 and possibly 0.6 in near future. So that's gonna happen soon, because when you are looking at the trend, you can understand that it's at the overbought area and it signals like there is still potential upside. So if the movement can actually get a bit of volume, then it may sure move to the upside like that. Now this is kind of the negative approach, saying avoid XRP says multi-coin. Now, it's up to their perspective when they are looking at it, because they are stating like Bitcoin Cash 113%, second valuable currency Ether up 60%, while the third XRP is only 47. So 47%, is that so bad? Now, if you actually take it from 15 days before that, if they are considering 2020, okay, I understand. But if they are taking a 15 days more, then they will understand like from say December of 16, 17. XRP has more in percentage, so that's not that big deal. So when the market is kind of moving to the upside, if XRP is also moving to the upside, then you have to understand that there are potential time frames when XRP just pumps like a rocket. So if that happens, these analysts will be speechless, because if you see this, it was kind of moving slowly, then it started like boom, right? So that can actually happen again. Now, this is the next one in which the author is actually trying to illustrate that we may be going into another downtrend. Now, personally, I don't actually agree with this, because yeah, I agree this particular line. If you're plotting this line, okay, we'll plot that in our chart. Say if you're actually plotting this here, we'll make that into a daily chart, and then try to lay out that here. So it'll be easy for us to watch. Okay, now if you actually connect these lines here, you can understand, yes, we do have overhead resistance there, but what is positive here is like if you draw this line, see it's connected here, it's touching this point, this. When you're moving that downside, what you will recognize is we actually broke above that and we came back, retested that. So yeah, there are possibility that we can again retest that area 1 or 2 times. So that can actually happen. But what you have to understand is if it's only the wicks which are going and touching that, then the possibility is that the price can actually go up in the daily, but in a shorter time frame, say 1 hour, 4 hour, it can actually go a bit down. So if you are a long-term holder, then the short-term fluctuations won't actually hurt you. Now guys, if you actually see this trend line, I'm not looking at the downtrend, because if it was falling behind this, then yes, there was a possibility that the price can retrace down again in say this particular channel, go down here. So if it was like this, then yeah, I agree with him, but it actually broke above this, so my perspective just changed. I'm waiting for retest and bounce upside. Now the bounce upside will have multiple overhead resistance along with this trend line resistance. I do agree with that. Now this is the next one from Daily Hodl, showing that XRP remittance network expanding in Latin America. Now we all know that Bitso is working with XRPUSD, XRP to the Mexico, using the corridor of USD Mexican peso. Now they are actually informing us like we like to build bridges. Today we build a digital bridge between Mexico and Argentina. Like our users in Mexico, we want Argentinites to enjoy a simple, global and transparent financial service. So now they are actually opening up another corridor, Argentina to Mexico. That's getting interested, right? So they're actually trying to interconnect the Latin America. So just recently news came out from Ripple that they are trying to open up new corridors from Latin America, Asia, Far East. They're actually trying to come up with all new corridors which will actually increase the volume in XRP ledger. And this is the next article showing that German banks are requesting to custody Bitcoin, Ethereum and XRP. In that one, what you should be checking out is the market is like, this is a statement from them. They are stating that the market is growing faster than the Federal Ministry of Finance has predicted. That is both a blessing and a curse. Now, the blessing in the sense that the demand is rising, so as a businessman, you have opportunity to get customers. But the curse is like, when this is actually increasing, governments will step in, the regulation, legislation will come into place. That may take a bit time, but you can actually see that BaFin has set a November 2020 deadline for such firms to establish compliance procedures for storing crypto assets. It's not far ahead, right? They're still talking about 2020, so maybe it get established by early 2021. Still, that's only 1 year more. Now, if that's going to happen after 1 year, say the smart money will actually come way before that, maybe second quarter of this year or within the first quarter of this year. Now, this is the next one from AME Crypto, showing XRP surge hits a barricade after the move up high. Now, we did talk about this previously, right? When we drew that trend line in the shorter time frame, we also recognized that it's moving in this trend. But it will be fair if you actually draw one more line here, which shows you like there is a potential target here. In our previous video, say 2 days back, we actually talked about that, the potential that the price may come back, retrace to 0.24, 0.25. Guys, now we'll actually look at the different charts. Say this is XRPUSD on a daily, and in this one, what I would like to highlight is, say, as we know, when you are looking at technical Fibonacci retracement, that 0.618 is kind of a golden level. So if the price is actually retracing back, then it should be here soon. So that is 0.3, 0.35. So as we discussed, we do have overhead resistance there. But if you actually look at the price movement here, then you can plot, say, your Fibonacci here. If you're waiting for that retracement to come back upside, say it should be more than that. Because when the price went up and corrected back, it was not 0.618 or 0.786. It came way back down. So it was like a bull market getting entirely corrected. Now, at the same time, if you are looking from the downturn, say this is the bottom, right? So we'll keep it here. If you're looking at the pump, then it should be around $2.1 or somewhere around $1.8. So the short-term target for XRP, say 3 to 6 months or 8 months, should be getting back to this level once we start the upside momentum. Now, when I say starting the upside momentum, it's not in the 4-hour chart or daily chart. It should be more or less in a weekly chart, because if you look at this weekly chart, you can actually understand, like if you draw this line straight and put it here, just move up a bit, you can actually see that ESB actually came down here. This is kind of a Wyckoff pattern which I'm discussing here. So if you guys are familiar with that, you will understand like this will be the area which we will be talking. See, it may slowly grind up, then burst here, then consolidate a bit, then again consolidate a bit after coming above this level, then it may go parabolic. So that is the potential which I'm looking at based on the charts which I see. Now, the next chart which I'm going to discuss with you guys is this one, BTC to USD, in which you can actually see that when BTC went up and corrected to the low here, so if you take that, then the retracement should be somewhere around 13,000, 14,000. Yes, then you see this, the price actually came back, retested that area. So that is actually valid for this pair, BTC USD. It came back, retested that area. Now again, it corrected back. If you connect these two touches here of the price, you'll get this. So I'm connecting this line as a trend line support here, and the price started getting bouncing there. So it's acting as a support. So now if you're looking at the 0.61 again, you can actually see that 11,000 mark. So the price is around 10,000 now. So there can be a possibility that BTC is gonna jump $1,000 up and reach this resistance line. Now, what you have to think is, if it is breaking above this, then yes, it is gonna go parabolic. If it doesn't, then it means that there is still the possibility that price may move within this pattern. So unless price is breaking above this pattern, the pattern should be considered as valid. Now this is XRPBTC, and you can actually see that The price from here, the movement from here to here, if you look at that, we can actually consider this as this blue line as a resistance, trend line, resistance line, and it is getting kind of close to that. Now after this small pump here, price is kind of slowly correcting to the downside. So I personally believe that as the price movement is still within this mother candle, now if I'm using that, say this area, and just about half of that, quarter of that movement, I still believe that it should be moving like this actually. So that's my anticipation in that one. So if you actually look again in the entire chart, sorry about that, guys. Now if you again look at that and look at the Fibonacci levels, now you can see that 0.618 and 0.386 are possible retracement levels. So even if it is 0.38, then what will be the percentage of rise we are looking at in this pair? It's somewhere around 80. Say it won't be accurate, it'll be kind of wicking here, so it will be say 80 to 100%, or if it is traveling to 0.61, then it is 160%. So that's not a small thing in a shorter time frame. So that's a good return on investment if you are buying in that market. So guys, that's again all for today. And again, I would like to request you guys, if you guys like the content I'm providing on a regular basis, please do support the channel, as this is a new channel. I'm looking to reach 1,000 subscribers. So if you guys like to support, please do subscribe to the channel. If you guys like today's video, then please hit the like button. So I'll meet you guys on the next one. Bye for now.